Hello, Vanessa.
Hi, Maxwell. I hope this was worth the wait.
Okay, so we are live here. It is happening. Hold on one second. I think we are here. There it is. Oh yeah. Okay, great. Just had to double check that we're live and we are live. Hello. Yes, we are alive.
Stressful. Okay.
So yes, we had people that were worried that
I was worried.
I was worried too. So hi guys, welcome to Wine Wednesday. Joined once again by Vanessa Conlin. So happy to see you, Vanessa. It's been a day, let me tell you.
I know, and it is hot up here in Napa Valley. Woo!
How hot?
Yeah.
How
Perfect for a nice, crisp, dry white wine to start.
Exactly. So, yes. Hi guys. I know you're a little worried. We had a little technical difficulty. I got a weird 403 forbidden code error message. We love those.
It's never good.
No,
it's not good.
It's not good. So, but it doesn't matter anymore because we are here, you are here, and these are here. So,
I think I'm ready.
All right. So this is going to be something totally different because these are two things I have not tried. I'm not used to these, so I am super excited about this. So we're obviously doing this first, right? Yeah.
Yes. So we've got a dry white wine, and then we actually have a white wine, a genuine dessert wine to taste. So we've got Sauvignon Blanc from California. Exactly, it's the Toomey 2018 vintage, delish. And then we're gonna taste a Sauterne, which is a sweet wine from Bordeaux in France, and lots of fascinating stuff to talk about here. Oh. But yes, to answer your question, when experiencing wine, tasting wines, you wanna go from dry to sweet. Wines that have some residual sugar, or in the case of the Sauterne, when you get there, not a small amount, it's hard to go back from that. So if we started with the sweet wine and then we tried to taste the dry wine, it would make the dry wine taste sort of unfairly bitter, even though it isn't, just because the sugar will have sort of already coated our palate. So it's hard to go backwards.
Okay.
Yeah. So, well, cheers. Great to see you. worth the wait. We got there. So it matters, right? We solved it. I didn't do anything. I just sat here and waited. But
this day, of course, I got a 403 forbidden error on this day. Let me tell you.
Ooh, yum. Oh. Okay, so this is a Sauvignon Blanc. So Sauvignon Blanc is obviously it's a white grape variety. So it really grows in many places. It's what I would call an international variety, meaning, some wines or some grape varieties, I should say, are very specific to certain places. So it doesn't mean those varieties cannot be grown other places, but there are certain things, like when I think of Nebbiolo, of course, I'm going to think, Piedmont, I think Italy. When I think Zinfandel, I think California. There are just certain wines that are very specific to their place, Carmenere in Chile. But Sauvignon Blanc is a variety that's grown in basically all over the world. I mean, France, in Bordeaux, in the Loire Valley. It's grown even in like northern Italy. It can be grown obviously in the United States. It's grown in South America. It's grown in New Zealand. It's grown in Australia. It's grown in South Africa. So it's one of those varieties that can grow in many places. But what's so fascinating is can express itself very differently based on where it's grown. But overall, it's known to be what I call an aromatic variety.
Oh, it sure is. I mean,
right? I mean, you don't even have to try for a minute and you're like, whoa, there's a lot happening in that glass. Whereas some grape varieties, I'll call them neutral or semi-neutral or semi-aromatic, but this is full on what I would call aromatic. So, right. So other varieties like that could be, Gewürztraminer, Riesling, Tarantas. Those are there are others, but there are a couple varieties that just right off the bat are super explosive on the nose.
Okay. Gewürztraminer?
Yes. I mean, don't make me say that 3 times fast, let alone spell it. But it's Gewürztraminer. So Gewürztraminer grown in a number of different places, but like really, I love Alsatian Gewürztraminer. So Alsace is a region in France. Yeah. So anyway, but this is Sauvignon Blanc.
Sauvignon Blanc.
But super, what I would call in a good way, pungent. Like it's very,
yes.
There's like a ton of like really bright citrus notes. Right? Yes. I mean, you can't go wrong with citrus on this. Like it's everything, right?
Citrus. Even I knew it was citrus. I poured it. I'm like, citrus.
It's kind of got a Meyer lemon peel, almost like a lemon zest note to it, but it has like a variety of different citruses, right? Like sometimes it's just lemon, or it's, we talked about last week, we had something with grapefruit on it, but this is kind of like lemon, lime, grapefruit. I almost get like a little like orange citrus on it as well, like a clementine.
Yeah, I feel like I've been eating a clementine every single day for like, I think all of quarantine. I'm not kidding. And I feel like that's like the clementine peel. It's like orange peel. Yes.
Remind me sometime. I'll text you after this. I have a great recipe. It's a cake you make with whole clementines. Anyway, that's another story.
Okay.
But so Sauvignon Blanc. So this is it's from California, and the reason why I'm not saying Napa is because if you even look on the label, it's a mix of 2 different counties.
Yeah.
So we can't call it Napa, we can't call it Sonoma. We're just going to call it California. But yes, exactly, because it's 44% from Napa County and 56% from Sonoma, which is just our neighbor, right over the mountains here. But sometimes something that's interesting about wine, and this is done in so many different ways, is blending. So you might say like, what is the advantage of using Sauvignon Blanc from 2 different places, let's say? Well, it can add complexity. So because it's going to taste a little different grown in Sonoma versus grown in Napa, you blend it together, you get a more complex wine. But you can think about blending in so many different ways. So this happens to be all Sauvignon Blanc, all the same variety, but think about, we've tasted, I think, red blends together.
Yeah.
You can also blend varieties. You could also blend, even different types of winemaking on the same wine. So for instance, you could have a wine that's aged partially in new oak and partially in used oak, and then blend that wine together. So blending it's a very important type. It's a very important step in winemaking, and it's done in so many different ways.
Okay. Cool.
Does that make sense?
Totally. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Ooh, citrus again, right? Yeah.
Man.
Like really mouth-watering.
It's like, oh, this is so ripe.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
I get that clementine that we were talking about again, right? Like very, really like, crisp, but it does have that riper citrus note on the palate for sure.
I mean, wow. A really long finish to this.
I think this is a really beautifully made wine. So the producer's name is Toomey, but it's actually owned by the same owners of the winery Silver Oak, if you've heard of them. Very iconic producer of Cabernet Sauvignon from Napa and Alexander Valley. So it's the same owners. So real sort of commitment to quality. They've been farming in Napa. This is obviously from Sonoma too, but they've got a long history here. So I think this is a really beautiful example of Sauvignon Blanc.
Can you spell, what was the other one again? It was
Silver Oak, just
Silver
like it sounds, silver oak.
Okay. So like, this is a really complex white wine.
Well, and this does have to go back to what I was going on about before in terms of blending. Even though this is a blend of different locations, it's one variety, but this does have a blend of those vessels. So, you know, you can ferment and age things in different vessels. So like something like a stainless steel, which you can use for fermentation and for maturation, or oak, which you can use for fermentation or for maturation. They impart different qualities to the wine. So stainless steel, if you think about it, it's very what we call protective. So it keeps out oxygen, and it imparts in the wine this sort of more like linear quality to it. Whereas oak, you get a little bit, this tiny bit of sort of oxygen exchange through the grains of the oak that sort of add a breadth to the palate, adds sort of a roundness and a richness. And this is actually, going back to blending, it's a blend of both. So some of it was in sort of, you know, the more protective type of vessels, and some was in the more like oak, had a little bit more, has that more roundness and richness because it wasn't as protective. And then they blend that together. So same wine, fermented or aged differently, blended together. So I think that's what adds to the complexity personally.
Yeah, so you know me, I am really not familiar with white wines as I am with reds, and you know, because I'm always like, oh, yeah, the white wine, yeah, it's fine. Like, but this is different.
It's just, yeah, it's a, you know, it's not serious in that it's not a fun wine to drink, but it's a serious wine. You know, I think that yeah.
I appreciate the complexity of this, but it is also like the perfect wine to have on a day like today when it's really hot. So you,
hot. Yeah.
This is still a really fun, like fresh, bursting with fruit wine, but it's this is I love this.
I love it too.
Tiffany is also drinking this tonight. Hi, Tiffany. And you are enjoying it as well. So Tiffany just said, wow, I don't typically care for white wines, but this is good with a lot of O's. So,
yeah, I think, you know, I think wines like this, you could either, you know, you could sip it on its own. You could sort of start a meal with it to kind of, because it's so crisp and refreshing, right? It like wakes up your palate. You could pair it with like, if you're going to have something lighter first, like a salad course or seafood, and then move on to something, you know, heavier, then you can move into a red wine, or you could just stick with it. Like if you're just making a nice, you know, grilled, some kind of, you know, grilled swordfish or whatever, like just stick with this, and kind of like brightness will really pair well.
Totally. I mean, this is a great fish wine for sure. This is
well, this is I'm learning, because I didn't realize that you don't drink a lot of white wine. So how fun is today, because we also have something really unique to taste next.
Yeah, that's why I was so excited about today, because the best part about this entire thing has been learning all of these new things about all these new wines. So this is like today's like a huge learning day, and I love it. I love it.
No, I'm just kidding. But no, the next one is like so fun to talk about.
I can't wait.
Well, okay, I'm gonna go ahead. So I'm actually gonna use a Bordeaux glass for this. So what's fun about these two?
What do you have, a Bordeaux glass? Wait, let me see this. Okay.
So it's just a little large. So I was just using like a white wine glass, the white wine. I could use that. I could have just used a white wine glass too for the Sauterne, but I don't know. It's from Bordeaux. It's extremely complex wine. I really want to put my nose in there and experience it. So I'm just going to use a little bit of a.
Well, now I need a Bordeaux glass.
It's okay. It's okay. There's no right or wrong here.
All right. Wait, so how much do I actually pour of this? Oh, let me see that. Okay. Okay, so you can do, okay.
That's a nice pour. So, okay. Where even to begin? So this.
Whoa, wow. Yeah.
Yes. So much to talk about, right? So color right off the bat. Okay. So I love that face. So We've talked before about, you know, as wines age, kind of what happens to their appearance, and you know, red wines get lighter and white wines get darker. So this is a wine from 2003.
Yes. So this is officially the oldest wine we've ever tasted here together.
It is officially the oldest wine we've tasted. So you can actually see what happens. You know, it starts to turn that kind of more amber color, like golden and then amber over time. But this started, you know, the same color as the first wine we tasted. You know, in terms of
It started as that color, and now it's this.
Yes.
Wow.
So this has happened over time. Now this was aged in oak, but then it's also obviously had time in bottle to mature. So that's where the color is coming from. So what I thought would be fun, I did have a method to my madness today with these two wines, is that, you know, the first wine we talked about is completely dry, right? Like all the fermentable sugars are gone. It's dry wine. And that was Sauvignon Blanc. Now this wine also has Sauvignon Blanc in it. It's a blend. So it's mostly a grape variety called Semillon, but this also has 6% Sauvignon Blanc, but this is a sweet wine.
Mm-hmm.
So not just like a wine that's a little sweet, like we're talking an actual dessert wine.
Yep.
Which I also don't think we've tasted together.
We've never done a dessert wine. No.
Okay.
Really exciting.
So I kind of feel like there's so much to talk about, but like, I kind of want you to taste it first.
Okay.
Just to get your reaction, and then we can talk more about it.
All right, let's taste this.
Let's do it. All right. I'm just waiting. I'm just gonna wait. I'm just watching and learning.
Wow. That's actually delicious. That's I'm tasting like peach and apricot overdose.
Yes. Ding ding.
This is
yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, now it's like all apricot.
Mm-hmm.
How wild. Oh my gosh, but this is literally like this is the perfect thing to have after a meal.
Yes. So this is, okay, so this has about 130 grams of residual sugar. So to put it in perspective, Coca-Cola is like around 117 grams per liter.
Okay.
So it's definitely, it's a sweet, this is an actually sweet wine. So fermentation, you know, we've talked about this before, but, you know, sort of cliff note is, you know, yeasts eat the sugar in the grapes, and the byproducts are alcohol and CO2. So if the yeast eat all the sugars, you're going to be left with a dry wine. Now, this wine was halted. So in the winemaking process, they stopped the fermentation before it was complete. So you can chill it down. There's some additions you can make. And anyway, but what you're left with is a wine where the yeast has not consumed all of the fermentable sugars. So you have a wine that actually has about 130 grams per liter left in the wine. However, this wine also has a really fresh acidity. So, you know, I mentioned Coca-Cola before, right? Just to put it in a gauge of sugar. But you don't think of mouth-watering or, you know, fresh with necessarily with a like Coke, but with Coca-Cola. But like this actually, it's sweet, but it still has this great freshness at the same time.
Yeah, this is so okay. Now, I have not tried too many of these dessert wines.
Yes.
And I've tried a few ports. Okay. So, and it's somewhere like in the.
So I get where you're going. So there are different types of what we call sweet wines. So there's sweet wines, like sweet dessert wines, and there are fortified wines. So a wine like port has actually had spirit added to it.
Got it.
Yes, this does not. This does not. So this is from Bordeaux. So it's in a, you can see it's in a half bottle, 2003 Chateau Laforêt, Paraguay, and Sauternes is the region, but we also within Bordeaux. but we also just refer to Sauterne as a type of wine. So this type of wine is a sweet wine from Bordeaux, and it's made in a very specific way that I'm going to try to explain, but it might, like, I don't want your head to pop off. Let's just say that, okay?
Wait, my head already popped off when I so, like, you know.
Okay. So basically, the magic of Sauterne is due to something that happens in the vineyard.
Okay.
And I won't make you try to spell this or repeat this, but it's called Botrytis Cinerea. Okay. Now, Botrytis for short. Yeah.
It sounds like a Harry Potter spell. I don't know.
Kind of does. So it's not exclusive to Bordeaux. This can happen in other regions, but it's something very specific that happens. And here's where, like, I don't want anyone to be alarmed. Okay. It's actually a fungus.
I'm drinking fungus?
You're not drinking the fungus. You're drinking the result of, we call it a noble rot. So basically, it's not the bad kind of rot where it would like desiccate the fruit, right? Are people freaking out?
No, a noble rot. Okay.
Noble rot. Okay. So it's different. So basically what happens is it dehydrates the grape. So it attacks the grape, it dehydrates it. And so what happens is it concentrates, because the grape loses water content, because a lot of grape is water.
Sure.
So it concentrates the acidity and the sugars in the grape. And so when you pick berry, they're shriveled up and they look kind of gross. But what happens is magic. But the thing is, so basically, it happens in the vineyard, and it's not something that we can control. You know, there's so much about winemaking these days. We've gotten so smart, and we know how to use technology, and we know how to manage vineyards. And then there's some things that we just cannot control. And this is one of them. So you can't count on it happening every year, which makes this a very sort of risky wine to make for the winery in terms of just financial, considerations. It also takes a lot more work in the vineyard, because botrytis happens when you have sort of misty, like the ideal situation is like a misty morning. So you get this bit of humidity and then a warm, sunny, dry afternoon.
Oh, I could picture that. That sounds really nice.
It doesn't it? Yeah.
That sounds really nice.
Now, what could go awry is, let's say you have your misty morning and then it just stays gray and cloudy and it rains. And then it can go, rather than being noble rot, you can just lose all your fruit because you have what we call gray rot, which you do not want.
Okay, no gray rot. Okay.
Do not want that. But when everything goes right, and again, we can't control this. You get these perfectly what we call botrytized from botrytis berries that are kind of dried out and shriveled with this really concentrated characteristics inside. And what makes it even more sort of just painstaking for the producers, not only this risk that they have to take because you can't control this, but it won't affect the whole vineyard at the same time. It won't even affect the same bunch at the same time. So it's very painstaking. So people have to go through, obviously you have to do everything by hand, but you sometimes, whereas maybe you go through a vineyard or normally and you just pick your whole row, or you pick your whole vineyard, pick this whole part of the vineyard. You have to literally go through sometimes many times to buy almost down to the berry itself, pick out the ones that are ready and leave everything else. So if you can imagine all the effort that had to go into this bottle, it's kind of astounding.
Wow. Okay. So, but it tastes like that though. It tastes like there was a lot of effort.
It does. I would say this wine, it has so much to say. Right?
Yeah, this is not like, drinking a sweet, what, like, because here's my reaction normally if you drink a sweet wine. It's something like,
Yeah.
okay, no.
Yeah.
This is so how is it? Because it's very thick too. How do they?
Well, it has some age. So I mean, but it also has, you know, we talked before about like looking at the legs, which are these sort of, you know, droplets that form, and are they, you know, slow to form and slow to fall, or fast to form and fast to fall? And when they're slower like this, yeah, you can see how they're kind of far apart in your glass.
Yep.
They're falling slowly. That's because this wine does it has that sort of textural richness because there is residual sugar. There's actual residual sugar in this wine. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but it's like, I feel like I could just talk about this wine forever. But also,
like honey.
These wines from Bordeaux, Sauternes, are aged in oak, usually a fairly high percentage of new French oak. So in addition to this like amazing sort of beautiful, magical thing we're getting from the vineyard, we're also picking up, if you're getting a little bit of that sort of clove, vanilla, you know, baking spice note, because it has actually been matured in new French oak. I think this is about 60% new French oak for about 18 to 20 months.
Clove and vanilla, yes. I'm getting a lot of honey too.
Yes. Oh, 100%. So what Botrytis often does is give this sort of like, I call it like honeycomb almost.
Okay.
So it imparts, not only does it just do this magical dehydrating trick on the grapes, but it can add that exactly what you're saying, the sort of honeyed quality. Some people, I'm not getting it as much in this wine, but some people almost call it like, you can get a note of saffron. I know that sounds a little weird, but sometimes that can be a marker for botrytis.
What do I pair this with?
I'm so glad you asked me that question. Okay.
I gotta think about food.
Gotta think about food. So here's the thing. I think the key to remember with this wine is that even though it's sweet, actually sweet, not fruity, actually sweet, is that it has still acidity to it, right? So I think you could pair this, you know, traditionally people like to pair it with, you know, dessert, like a fruit-based dessert, but nothing too sweet, you know? But I think this would be even beautiful with cheese.
Yeah.
You even see this with like a goat cheese or a triple cream.
Yeah, because we put honey on our cheese, and so like this would be unbelievable with something like that.
Yes. And now I have not tried this myself, but I have really, really wanted to, which it was suggested to me by Saskia Rothschild, who's, we don't have to go into it, but one of the most famous historic, you know, descendants of famous Bordeaux chateaus. And her family owns a Sauternes property called Vieux-Sec. She pairs it with oysters.
Ooh.
Right? Kind of crazy, but she said, like, you know, the sort of brininess of the oyster and the acidity, you know, they just kind of, so again, I keep meaning to try this and I have not tried it, but
I'm down for some oysters.
Yes, that is not a traditional Sauternes pairing, but I think it would be good. I think it would be really nice.
Yes, I would definitely say this more of the soft cheese, like, yeah, but this is, I can't believe,
it's like nothing else, really. It's really like nothing else.
Yeah, you guys have never tasted anything like this. I mean, it's just, wow. And okay, I got there's another. Okay, hold on a second. I have another question.
Okay. Yes.
So this bottle is a baby bottle, like
a half bottle. Yes.
Yeah. So you guys can see the difference in the size.
Mm-hmm. So 375 milliliters versus 750 milliliters. Yes.
Is there a reason they bottled it like this?
Yes. You can also buy that wine in a 750 milliliter. I mean, they even do, you know, magnums and even larger formats.
Okay.
But traditionally, you know, when we think about a wine like this, like it does have a good amount of residual sugar. I'm not going to probably drink
Right.
as much of it at one time as I would a dry wine, which I would just like pour myself another glass and continue with the meal. But this is sort of more specific. It's so powerful and intense that it's nice to have a smaller format because you don't have to feel like you need to consume the whole thing or
right. Because I was going to say there's no way I could even go through. This is going to take a while to get through.
Yeah.
How long will this keep?
So I'd say, you know, even the same as with a 750 milliliter. The most important thing is to try to keep oxygen out and to keep it. So, you know, that will stay nicely in your refrigerator for several days. But yeah, I mean, I would have, you know, I'm going to pour myself, I might do it soon. You know, I pour myself a nice healthy pour of the Sauvignon Blanc, and this I'm going to pour probably one small glass of, and it's enough because it's got so much going on.
Exactly. So because I will do the same thing. Like I will have this with dinner.
Yes.
And then definitely after dinner, we're doing this because this is like,
yeah.
And I mean, have to now.
And that could even be dessert if you wanted, right?
Oh, totally.
Yeah. It's super fun to pair, but you could just drink it by itself.
You know what I love in restaurants? I love getting cheese for dessert.
Me too. Oh, it's my fave.
That's the best dessert.
Yes.
And you know, people are like, cheese for dessert?
Oh, I love it. Please.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is really lovely with that.
So yeah, because if you add cheese and this for dessert, oh my goodness, it's better than any cake you're gonna have.
For sure. So now we've tasted, so turn together. So
this is so cool.
Did you like that fun? Did you enjoy that?
I loved this. I think this is so neat. I actually really liked it, which is really cool. So
good.
That was fun. I have a question. Okay. Okay, miniature Missy. I'm gonna get this. So, okay, we have two questions here. Okay, is the alcoholic content higher? If so, how? If it's the reduction of sugars by yeast that aids in forming the alcohol. Okay, forgive me if I misunderstood. Is the alcohol content higher?
It's about 13.5. So that's about the same as what you would see on a dry wine. So no, I mean the Toomey is probably.
I think this is more
higher. I think it might be
14.1.
14.1. So now it's a good question because if you're thinking about a fortified wine like port, it will be higher in alcohol. But that's also because literal spirit, was added. So with those, we're thinking more like 20% ABV, 19, 20. But this was not fortified. So good question.
Yeah, no, but I think you'd really like this. Okay. Are certain grapes more susceptible to noble rot? Or could you check several grape types for noble rot and make this kind of wine?
So the answer is yes. Certain varieties are more susceptible. This is actually mostly a grape called Semillon. And Semillon has a thinner skin. So basically, thinner skinned varieties are more susceptible because the noble rot, literally it kind of attacks the berry, right? It attacks the skin. It doesn't destroy the skin of the grape, but it sort of sends spores in, dehydrates it. So yes, it can happen to other varieties as well, but generally the ones that it's most successful with are a grape like Semillon.
Okay, cool. Semillon. Oh, Rachel has a Semillon in her next wine access order. So.
Oh, nice. Maybe Broken Wood from Hunter Valley, which is delish. And completely dry though, by the way. Completely different than this wine.
Right. Broken Wood? What is it?
The producer is called Broken Wood. It's from Hunter Valley in Australia. And it's quite delicious and very unique.
Is that the one that you are having, Rachel? Is that the one in your order? Cool. Okay. Any other questions about this? Because I know we have... I
had a couple questions that came in after last time, right? Or that we didn't have time. So
yeah, we got a bunch of questions from last week. so we can.
I actually printed them out.
You printed things.
I know. Sorry. I'm so old school. I know.
This is fine. I still write notes sometimes on paper.
I love paper. I know. I don't print a lot. I'm very conscious of the environment, but like I do like to have a piece of paper in front of me sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I take this seriously. Because your audience, they have such good questions that I just wanted to be sure that I had it in front of me.
They do.
Oh. All right. So this one actually, I wanted to ask you. This was a question. It's about storing wine, but that's like a whole. We could do like a whole talk about like storage and serving. So I thought, rather than kind of answer that now, I wanted to say maybe you and I can plan one of our next sessions on that.
We can definitely talk. That's a big discussion. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, perfect. So one of the other questions, this was from Shauna P, was how long does an old bottle need to breathe? And the answer is it depends, like everything. Because I guess it also depends on how old and what is it. So some older bottles, we talked about decanting before, and sometimes with a young wine, you want to kind of introduce a bunch of oxygen to open it up. Sometimes with an older bottle, you want to do the opposite. So you might, let's say, open it up, maybe give it a gentle decant for sediment. But with these older bottles, sometimes they can be sort of delicate, and you open them too soon, and it's almost like they fade more quickly than a younger wine. It's kind of more aggressive on primary. So unfortunately, there's no answer I can say across the board, but I would say with a genuinely like older bottle, let's say something special that you've cellared, I would suggest if you need to decant it for sediment, decant it for sediment. Don't do it too soon. And then what I would do is, rather than try to get a bunch of air in it up front, is, just experience it over time. Like pour a little in your glass, swirl it around, try it, pour a little bit more, because it's going to change. And like, that's sort of one of the most fun things about opening a really special bottle, is that it will change. Yes. Right in front of you.
I love doing that. I don't like to pour now like a full glass. I'd like to do what you just said, actually. And pour these little tastes as you go along. So that's a great way to do an older bottle. Okay, that's great. That's a great answer, right? Shauna P is here, so that's cool.
Shauna P. Okay, I had another question from Alyssa Nicole.
Okay.
Who wants to know, if you were to bring a wine to a party, what is your go-to wine? That's easy. It's always sparkling wine or champagne.
Sparkling or champagne.
It's right. There's something just so, it just sets the tone. It's celebratory. You can drink it by itself. You can pair it with things. It's versatile. You don't have to worry about if they're serving food. Is it going to pair? Just open it, have a little splash, start the party. So that's my go-to for a party.
Sparkling champagne. Okay. What kind?
So you could do like true champagne. So champagne from champagne, right. Or, you could do a wine made in the champagne method. Like I think we tasted a Crémant de Loire together, which is a wine from the Loire Valley made in the same way as champagne. So 2 fermentations, second fermentation in the bottle, but outside of the region of Champagne, which can often have come with a lower price tag.
Right.
Like a Crémant, you could do a Cava. There are other sparkling wines like Prosecco, which is made in a different way, the tank method, but also a really, a fun wine to take to a party. We tasted a rosé. It wasn't technically a Prosecco. It was an Italian sparkling wine, but.
Yeah, that was super fun. Yeah.
So that's what's also fun is like sparkling wine. You can choose one from right here in California. There's lots of options.
So many. There's a bunch on Wine Access too, and guys, so obviously both of these are on Wine Access, and I can and my link is in the chat right there if you want to go check them out. These are, I mean, you made me. This is unbelievable because you made me enjoy 2 wines that I would never be like, I'm going to buy that. So
that's what this is all about, right? It's just trying new things.
exactly, because you know, it's about, I think for me, it's about taking a risk and trying things you've never tried before.
That's the fun part of it. Yeah. And you don't have to like everything. That's what's the beauty of wine too, is there's so many different styles and, you know, different varieties in different regions. So you may try something and you may love it. You may try something and say, well, but now you have an understanding of that. So
exactly. And that's the best thing with Wine Access too, is that I have now been able to like I've expanded my wine consumption across, you know, all different kinds of wine and knowledge within like a couple months. It's insane. Like Rachel here just said, I like that Wine Access has wine for all budgets. My hubby got laid off at the beginning of April, so I've had to be more of a bargain shopper, but it's all been good. It's
thank you.
And it's true. Sorry about, you know, your my best to you guys. But that is actually true, because there are wines on Wine Access that are hundreds of dollars, but then you know, there's wines like, you know, like amazing wine. Guys, I just had a Sauvignon Blanc. This is like $25. And I loved it. Like, I can't wait to have this with dinner. So this is pretty cool.
I had one more question from last week, if that's okay.
Okay, let's do it.
Last one. Okay, so this is from Matthew. Bonangelo. I probably didn't say that right. This is all in caps. What is the grossest wine I've ever had?
Yes.
Easy. So easy to answer that question. The grossest wine I ever had was a cava that they had flavored with smoked salmon.
Oh.
Yes. That face. It was so, why, right? Well, yeah. They were trying to make it, they were like trying to make it pair with seafood. All I can tell you is like they opened the bottle and the whole room smelled like smoked salmon.
Oh.
And I like smoked salmon. I actually really like it.
Me
but
too.
Like not paired with the wine, like not.
Pair, yeah, that's the whole point of pairing. You don't need to put salmon in your wine when you've got salmon on your plate. No. Oh, okay.
This wine, easy to answer that question.
We got a lot of those vomit emojis going in the chat. Okay. I can actually tell you the grossest wine I've tasted.
Yeah, what is it?
And this is why I was scared with sweet wine, because it was a sweet wine from like a vineyard in like the middle of like Florida somewhere, and
I'm scared too now.
It's like tiny town, and there happened to be a winery, and I was like, oh no, I still have like 4 more pours on this tasting.
Oh gosh.
What do I do?
You know what? You bring up a good point, which I probably should have mentioned earlier, which is sometimes sugar can be used to kind of mask other things that aren't great. But this is not that, right? This was made purposely in this way. But yeah.
They were masking a lot of bad things. It was like, because I took a sip and it was like instant headache, you know? I don't know if you've ever seen, does anyone watch Schitt's Creek here?
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know when Moira went to the...
Yes, the fruit wine. I totally get it.
It was like that. Okay. It's Moira's fruit wine. Yes. So you guys don't know what I'm talking about. You need to watch Schitt's Creek because it's amazing.
Oh my gosh. I love that show. Yeah.
It was that. And
Brilliant.
This though is like the complete opposite of that.
Yes. Yeah. No, this is a very beautifully handcrafted in a specific style that happens to be sweet.
Yeah. This is perfection.
This has been so much fun, Max. Thanks for having me back, as always. So great to taste with you, and I love these questions. They're so fun. So highlight of my day at minimum, but I'm going to put it up there in my week.
Oh man. Me too. And thank you again. And I'm sure we're gonna have a lot more questions that'll come in.
We can talk. We'll plan maybe a session where we can talk about storage and serving.
Yeah.
Coming up, and we'll select some more wines, and I will skedaddle and leave you to it. But thanks for having me, and thanks everyone who's asking all these great questions.
Really great. Yeah, really great. Great. It's good.
That's even better than great, actually.
It is. Yeah, it is. Put a W in there. It's good. Lots of thank yous to you, Vanessa. Look at this. Oh, look, someone does watch Schitt's Creek. Herb Ertlinger fruit wines. Yeah. Oh, Tiffany said she's been trying all of the ones that you recommend, by the way, on the website. So Tiffany Lopez there. And Ministry Missy, we love you, Vanessa. Thank you for always being so gracious. Rachel, thank you, Vanessa. Luke, thanks, Vanessa. Oh, thank you. Oh, look at this. Maddie, thanks, Vanessa. Zara, can't wait for her shipment.
Yay.
Thank you. And I will talk to you soon. We'll figure out what we're tasting next.
Soon. Stay cool down there. And yes, I'll see you soon. Thank you so much, Max. Take care. Okay, bye.
Cool. Okay, so like for real, guys, I was very worried about having this because, you know, if you've watched me for a while, I am not the sweet wine person, but that sweet wine is real different. Real different. This is seriously like apricot. I'm like, what? How did they do this? How did they do it? How they do it, you heard what Vanessa said. They had to work really hard to make this, and you can taste it. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna hang out for a bit more. We're gonna go to the patio, the balcony, like we always have done. I'm gonna finish this sip. Okay. I can't believe I like this. You see my face? That's the face of a happy wine drinker. I'm gonna put this back in the refrigerator. If you guys can give me a minute here. Right, Tiffany? All the faith in the wines they choose. It's insane. You never thought you would enjoy a glass of white? Yeah, I'm gonna talk to you about that when I get back. I'm going to talk to you about that in a second. So give me a minute to put this back in the fridge, and and I will be with you guys in just a minute. Hang tight, okay? I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. You're so good at that anyway, so yay. Thanks, guys. Be right back. All right, I'm back. I am back, and I am almost ready to go to the balcony. Hi guys, what's up? What'd I miss? Did I miss anything fun? I'll read your chat in a second. So I'll read it on the balcony. Let me okay. Let me get out there. Okay. Let's go. Oh man. Oh no. It is a real, that is some sun. Okay. Okay. That is so sunny. Goodness. All right. I forgot my wine inside. Hold on a second. I'm gonna get the wine. Real sunny. Now I can catch up and see what's going on. I know that was a longer break than usual, but all right, let me see what's going on. Look at all of you. I love how you guys talk to yourselves. This is pretty amazing. You guys are the best. Maddie, did you just buy? Maddie, what did you buy? Did you buy the Sauterne? The alcohol percentage of the dessert one was 13.5. Yup. What's up, RJ? Did you miss the entire thing? How's it going? So Shauna, your great grandma made apricot jam and make want to try that. Yeah, this is a wine that this is a real after dinner wine. Not the one in my hand right now, but you know the other one. Maddie, you ordered 6 bottles and planned a trip to Napa because of Wine Wednesday. No, you're doing things right. That's not a bad influence. I'm a very good influence. Vanessa and I are good influences. This is a real good influence. When are you going to Napa? Jeremy, what's Caribbean wine? Hey Janelle, how hot is LA? It was like 80 today, but it feels really nice right now. Really nice right now. Zach, am I gonna order more dessert wines now? I wouldn't mind adding, you know, like 1 to an order. As long as I know, like, oh, as long as I know it's like Vanessa approved, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Kira, I have a Facebook fan page. It's like facebook.com/mrcheezypop. I know I'm bad at Facebook. I don't use it a lot. Drive-through margaritas, Didi? Oh yeah, we got a lot of places around that are doing, you can get wine and like drinks to go in LA. It's pretty cool. After the winery opened to go, Maddie. Okay. All right. Rom Jeremy. Okay. All right. What's up, Diz Life of ours? How you guys doing? Stacy, you need a good drinking wine outside on a hot summer day. I can tell you that this Sauvignon Blanc would be that wine. And then the dessert wine is like your after dinner, sitting on the porch or in the backyard or on the balcony, you know, at night wine. Do you know what I mean? So good. So I thought tonight was really cool because I'm not like a white wine person, and I know that Tiffany, you are also not a white wine person, but you had this one, and you're feeling what I'm feeling tonight, right? Isn't that crazy? Heidi, yeah, I liked the white wine, and it was something that your spidey senses thought you'd like it. How'd you know? How did you know I would like it, Heidi? Because I like. Oh, cause you, Stacy, you're a white wine person. Yeah. Yes, my shirt. I actually wore it tonight because I didn't know that this would be so citrusy, but I did know that we were having like, you know, fun, like summertime kind of wine. So I was like, I'm gonna go put my citrus shirt on. Yeah, RJ, go back and watch the beginnings because I think you would love the dessert wine. Like you would love it. Love. You'd be like, I know the RJ look when you like something, because you go, can I just do it? I'm just gonna do something. You guys know RJ, he's in here, so I'm gonna do RJ when he likes something. It's this. Okay. Was it bigger? Was it bigger? Because you do the max. It's, I miss you, buddy. Thank you so much, Tiffany Lopez. Thank you. I'm so glad you're loving the wines too. Both of our Tiffany's in here. Say hi to each other, both of our Tiffany's, because both of our Tiffany's in here have actually ordered from Wine Access and been drinking Wine Access wines. That's so cool. That's what he did with the pink drink? Yeah, I saw that. Oh, man. Oh, goodness. Okay, I love it. Okay, the Tiffany's said hi to each other. Our two Tiffany's, who both are Wine Access people. Zach, you're moving to Guam in 2 weeks. I would love to get a postcard from Guam. And Guam snacks? Yes, because I don't know what that's like. So, sure, send them away and good luck to you guys. Man, let me tell you. No getting sad. No get no getting sad. We are happy tonight. You know what I mean? We are just happy tonight. Okay? I don't want this sadness happening. Because we said a good time. I can't believe I like this. I was really worried because I was like, do I really want this, Vanessa? And she's like, oh, yeah, you do. You just trust Vanessa. I mean, that's it. How we all, how, how we all doing? What are we drinking this evening? Anyone having? Are we having white? Are we having red? What are we all having tonight? Titsura, peach margarita type, rosé, vodka, pineapple mango spicy. Ooh, nice. Sorry, yeah. Hey, Life of Art after Disney Springs. You went to Disney Springs today? Cool. Lots of wine. Bacardi and the pool. Thanks, Rachel. Disney Springs looked like it was a mess today. No, thank you. I do not want to be there. Thank you, Life of Ours. You guys are awesome. Miss you guys. See you one day in the future. Whenever it is I go to Disney World again. Look at you guys. Shauna, Pinot Noir. You know, I had Pinot Noir on National Wine Day, Monday, and I watched Sideways. If you guys have never seen Sideways, get yourself a Pinot Noir and sit down and watch that movie. Trust me. Dee Dee, you wanted to know what my schedule was for the rest of this week. I've got a new video coming out tomorrow, not live. And so that's tomorrow. Tomorrow's a Max's Munchies video, new video. And then on Friday, I'm going to be live like a lot. Friday morning at 11, we're drawing Oswald with my friend Holly. And then I'm going live on Instagram at 3:30 on Friday to talk wine with another wine friend of mine, Amanda. So Instagram, 3:30 Friday, we are talking wine. We're going to learn about like wine vocabulary, like how to describe, like I'm tasting a, because there's sometimes when you are like, it's on the tip of your tongue. So she's going to help us with that. And she's a really awesome wine expert up in Napa. So Sideways is fantastic, but it's, in fact, on Merlot will last forever. Yeah, Merlot sales went down after Sideways, which is wild. Foxen was referenced in Sideways. I know. I was like, oh my gosh. The Instagram live be on my channel. No, the Instagram live is gonna be I'm like going on her show. So we're gonna do one of those like split screen Instagram live things. So I posted in my story all the information about that. Heidi, is this mineral or grapefruit forward? This is, I'm not getting grapefruit on this. This is really more orange clementine, like we were saying with Vanessa. This is a, yeah, that's what I'm getting on this guy. Yeah. I'm still getting, yeah, man, I am still getting those fresh orange peels. That's amazing. Really is amazing. Yep, all orange. You're looking like my shirt, you're looking at it. Like, that's what it tastes like. What is on the menu tonight? Taco salad tonight. Thank you, Chris. I know, Tiffany, you got a, let me pull this up. Hold on a second. I'm going to show you what was on Tiffany's menu tonight. Okay. Like, that's impressive. That was on Tiffany's menu tonight. You could see she's drinking this is the Toomey, which is what I've got right here. Is that a picture or what? That's a picture. Oh no, there you go. That looks good. Looks good. Looks really good. RJ, if you missed the orange groves on Soren, this helps. This is like that. I literally kind of have the taste in my mouth after having a clementine. So weird. Stephanie, hey, what's up? We need to do a beer mosa Monday. I'd be down. I would be down. Is that only on Monday? Didi, you're confused. I can only find the masks on TeePublic as Cheesy Pub. Maybe that's an issue on my end. I will take a look at that tonight or tomorrow morning about my masks. I could have sworn I saw them in like Cheesy Pop mask form too. I know the masks go quick though. Did someone say beer mosa? Yeah, Stephanie did. No, Stephanie gave us a good idea. You know what? The Lamplight Lounge beer mosa for breakfast is one of the that is good stuff. And that's, you can make that at home actually, because all you need is some OJ and what's that beer they use? I think it was a Latitude. Was it Latitude? I'll look into that, but I would totally be down. Could I send the link, Maddie, for the mask? Latitude 33. Thanks, Maddie. Blood Orange, Latitude 33. That's right. Okay. Blood Orange IPA. Cool. You want the mask link? Okay. Yeah, masks are now available on my TeePublic, so it's pretty cool. Okay. There it is. While I'm sending links, might as well just send another one. That Din Tai Fung was pretty awesome, right? Miniature Missy right there with the Din Tai Fung. There is your wine access. Yeah, that's the wine access link. Oh, nice. Rachel with the pairing. Pairing versus parring. Nice. I like that. That's good. Let me tell you guys, this is the best part of my day. Today was a day, and I just was like kind of counting down the hours till I reached 6 o'clock so I could hang with Vanessa and you guys and talk about it and drink some great wine and just chill. Because, you know, sometimes the days are, let me tell you, and today was one of those days. So I'm so glad to be just chilling right now with you guys. Let me tell you. You know, we did 2 live streams in a day today. 2 live streams in a day. How about that? It's exhausting. Isn't that exhausting? I mean, but we're good. We are good. We are really good. It was a long day. It was. But I was a little down earlier. Yeah, a little bit this morning. Yeah. but I'm good now. That girl's good too. No, I can't take naps. I legit can't take naps. Janelle, thank you. My store is dope. Thanks, Maddie. Thanks, T. My walk down menu memory lane. I'm gonna do another one of those soon. Don't you worry. Oh, Kristen, thank you. I hope this helps. I know how it is. Kristen, thank you for what you said there and for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Means a lot right there. A nice picture with Pluto there. That's so cool. That's so cute. Thank you. Don't worry, I will be chilling the rest of the night. I'm not. That's it. Don't you worry. Amber, look at this. Batteries wouldn't work if both sides are positive. But I make time for all of us around the grateful. Oh man. Thanks, guys. It means a lot. Let me tell you. Okay. It really does. Thank you. I got a lot of support from a lot of you guys today, especially after the video this morning, and it was really nice. I read a lot of uh, really uplifting messages today, so it was good. Yeah. Maddie, you didn't know I was a part of Bachelor Nation? Oh, heck yes. Man, I love me my Bachelor Monday nights. I miss it, you know? I love The Bachelor. If you, Maddie, you got to. So I post a lot about The Bachelor on my Instagram stories on Monday nights. That's where I, do a lot of my Bachelor content. Have a good time with that. You saw me in the office, Michael? Thank you. Lift each other up. That is it. We really have to right now. That is it. Oh, you're buying the. Will you accept this churro shirt? Guys. That's how I get the idea, for my Will You Accept This Churro videos that I've done. I just was like, will you accept this rose? And then I was like, will you accept this churro? Oh, I got an idea. That's how it happened. Tiffany, oh yeah, you ready to represent for Claire? Yes. I know Claire's our new bachelorette. She can get to do it, obviously. I wonder how they're going to do that, actually. When is Claire going to have her season? I have no idea. Because it was supposed to start probably Monday, but I don't know. People dropping things and I don't know. Have I finished my churros, RJ? No, actually haven't. 25 churros in that box. I go through wine much quicker than churros, I gotta say. I don't know what it says about me, but Robert, good luck to you going back to work. Stay safe out there, and I know. it is a it is a weird thing when you got people that are respecting others and those that are not. Um, all you can do is go out, do your thing, spread kindness, wear your masks. You know you're helping. Heidi, thank you. Thanks. Do you know you want me to make the gray stuff and put it on top of the churros? Ah. That's not bad. Rachel, also Italian. Yeah. You know, my Italian, oh yeah. You get my Italian side going. Watch out, right? Jansen, what's up? I'm all right. No, I'm good. I am a-okay now. That I've got this and you guys is good. This morning, I'm a little troubled by the world, but you know what? I'm doing what I can to be a voice of reason in this world. Okay. Roxanne, you ordered 2 white and 4 of the dessert. You got 4. Wait, Roxanne, did you get 4 of the ones that I had tonight? Or 4 different dessert ones? I gotta know. And which 2 whites? I gotta know your order. If you order from Wine Access, I gotta know your order. On Friday, on the Instagram tasting I'm doing, we're doing a Wine Access wine, actually. So check out my story on Instagram. You can see the wines that are from Wine Access that we're doing on Friday. And then we'll be more Wine Access blends next Wednesday. I'm not entirely sure you don't have some honorary plaque in there somewhere with the Italian. I love that. That made my day right there. Oh man, that's so good. Miniature Missy just got me with that comment right there. I'm invited to the cookout. Oh my gosh, I've made it. Yes. Oh my gosh, this is the best. Thank you. I'll drink to that. Yes. Oh man, Heidi, you're very mouthy. Oh, you part Italian then. It's good. Positivity is contagious, Sean. Keep being positive, everybody. Roxanne, New Zealand. Oh, sweet. Okay, Rachel. Domaine de Trienne. Okay, 3 Wine Company. Old Vines, Field Vine, Cremant. Is that the Cremant I had? And this Semillon. Okay, Semillon, good. The Trienne was crazy good. Cheesy Bachelor crossover and Cody got the taste around the world. Shirt, oh, I love it. When am I gonna start doing mukbang? Don't I basically do that, RJ? I get it, right? I don't have a hard seltzer fave, Zach, you know? This is what I have mostly, and then I do some like mixology stuff, you know, bourbon and yeah, making things that way. um, you guys. I know I'm a little fancy. What can I say? I love my wine. I just love the different layers to it. You know, something like this is so complex. Um, like I can't even believe it. Yeah, like this is so complex. I have a fun little video that I filmed the other day, um, where I made some. I'll just tell you, you guys are, you know, I made some frosé. So I made a video about that. So I'll post that soon. Yeah, so I filmed that to get that soon. That's kind of fun. You're gonna make your own creme de cassis once the farmer's market over? Oh my gosh, that's cool. You know, I'm always looking for new things. I love trying new things, like anything new, which is why I did this and I did the other thing, which I will have like in a couple hours. That's definitely going to be my dessert tonight, by the way. You don't need ice cream or cake and cookies. Like that is it. And I think, you know, I'll pour just a bit, you know, maybe up to like here, because you don't need much of that. Actually, you know what? I think a full glass is fine today. I think full glass is totally fine today because, you know, it's one of them days. One of them days. So, what a day. Today crazy. Today was crazy. Today was crazy. But yeah, we'll do some dessert wine after dinner tonight. Professor, I love that. Maddie made the avocado margarita, right? Didn't that taste the same as Epcot? So cool. You did the tequila tasting at Cava del Tequila? Yeah, I've done that. It's great. It's really good. It's so good. So good. Man, that's great tequila. Full glass every day, but today especially, Jess. Yeah, obviously. Kristen said it's a bottle day. Oh, man. You know? This stuff, I know Tiffany's having this right now. This is something you could just do the bottle of, right? This is like easy. Like really easy. Oh, you love mezcal, Maddie? It's good stuff. I got a bottle of mezcal actually in there in my house. Yeah. Smoky. It's good stuff. Deanna, you are so late. We're leaving so in a couple minutes here. I have not tried the horchata margarita, Zach. Idaho wines? No, Stacy. You take a photo of your bottle, but it's empty. Chardonnay is not what I'm drinking right now. No, this was Sauvignon Blanc. I haven't done any Trader Sam's drinks. That'd be fun though. Okay. I'm gonna go in a couple minutes here, guys. But what I need you to do, we didn't do a cheers. Did we do cheers? We didn't do cheers. Let's do cheers. Okay. Okay. Even though my glass is empty, we gotta do a cheers. We gotta do a cheers. And we're gonna do we could, do the little tag me in your story kind of deal. Tag me, tag wine access. Let's do it. Okay, ready? Cheers. There's a bug on my nose. Can we do it? Can we do another cheers? Can we get a take 2 of that, please? Thank you. Let's do another cheers. And if you want to take a picture now, would be the better time to do it. Not when the bug was on my nose. Cheers, guys. Thanks for being here tonight. You guys are amazing. Hey. Cheers. This wine's great. Can't wait to have more of it for dinner. Thank you, Denise K. I appreciate that. Cheers. We're cheersing with like empty glasses. It's all good. We're cheersing with empty glasses. We got a bug on my nose. Today is something. Right? Thank you, guys. There's no way you look like a dumpster fire miniature Messi. Come on. Come on. All right. Gotta go get to the taco salad. And pour more of this. That's what we're gonna do. We pour more of this. Taco salad. Then we have the sauterne. After that, I'm so excited to have that for dessert. I will let you know how that is actually after eating a meal, because I think that's going to be the true test. How is it as dessert? If you took a picture of the cheers, send it to me on Instagram. Just tag me, tag Wine Access. And thank you guys for being here. This was so much fun. And if you have any questions for Vanessa, I forgot that. Oh no, I forgot to do the questions for Vanessa. I forgot to do the questions for Vanessa. Okay. Just send me questions for Vanessa to my Instagram. Okay. How about that? Next week, we're going to talk about storing wine. But if you have more questions, I would love to get them to her. So send them to me on Instagram. We'll get them answered. Okay? Thank you so much, guys. You the best. Is there anything left in here? Is there anything left? Damn it. Okay. Now I gotta fill this up. Okay. Thanks, guys. Have a good night. Cheers.